Well, when I came in and met them all, they all kind of had stories to tell me about air, so I thought it would be nice for them to create their kind of version of air. So we started talking about just places and things, little memories they had about sections of air, and then from those conversations we kind of started to build a notebook, a sketchbook. Communal sketchbook, and then from that sketchbook we started to bring designs in, and those designs were from architecture. So the end piece that we're making is actually a combination of images, just quite simple images and outlines that are then filled with words, because we decided it would be a really good project to do in collaboration with the writing group. So it's become a kind of mural abstract air, but also a concrete poetry version of air as well.
It's been fun. We've been doing sanding the artwork, painting, which I don't feel comfortable, but now I'm loving it. Lots of wording, which mean a lot to me. A lot of people just passing by and stopping, talking about the old bridges. So it's been quite interesting. Mostly I've enjoyed engaging with Peril, who breaks everything into simple stages, because if you'd showed me that weeks ago, I'd have said no. But it's turning into I can, and we can see it now, so it's really good progress. I feel more confident. A lot of people come to me and ask advice about things, and if I don't know, I send them to where they need to go. So I feel part of the community, so that's made it a highlight as well.
Well, what we're doing is taking people, mainly people with addiction problems, and making them believe in themselves so they can write. Because my belief is, if you've told someone a story in your life, then you can write. You've already got all the tools. And some of the work that comes up, it's amazing. I mean, a guy wrote a poem a day about Gandhi, the assassination of Gandhi. It was blinding, and that guy has never written. He's written 2 or 3 lines here and there over the last 4 or 5 weeks, but you can see he's got the mind of a writer, and it's not just the mind of a writer, it's the uniqueness. The lassie Ainsley that comes here, she's like one of the best writers I've ever seen. When you read a page of her work, there's always a line where you go, wow, I can't believe how good that line is. Well, these are all people who, without this group, maybe some of them would have found a way through to let their talent come out, but there's no conduit, there's no route, there's no way for somebody that's living in some screaming air to publicise their stuff in some way, to be validated first, and then think, you know what, I could do something with it.
My name's Gary Payton. I'm from Ayr. Come along to the writers group in the last couple of months. It's quite an eye-opener for me. Until that point, I'd never done any writing at all. I had barely written a letter of any kind, and it surprised me the things I would thought I could never be remotely interested in or shy away from. It's turned out to be something the opposite. It's found it quite appealing, and I can keep working at it.
Having little groups like this have been really, I would say, quite good to even just express yourself, and I think it's quite important to have things like this around, especially in small communities like Ayr.
What I get out of this group was I hadn't written for a few years, and this has been right up my street because they cover everything: music, creative writing, poetry, and I'm really getting back into it. You can cut yourself off, but I'm glad that I've come back to doing something again. There's just a whole range of people in here, and we all bring different things to the group.
There is the aspect that sometimes you just need somewhere to go, a bit of structure, and then it's not teaching you to write, but giving you the confidence to do it, and the follow through, and it brings people together so that you're sharing ideas. You're not just sitting on your own and getting no feedback.
I've worked in this field for quite a long time, and it's always astounded me how much the arts actually lift people in the community in terms of get them over that threshold to helping themselves more, because especially with recovery groups, but also with maybe younger people that are living in situations that aren't ideal, where they're quite kind of overwhelmed and kind of bored down by the world. A lot of people in general are like that, but I find that the arts is just a very good way to pull them away from all of their worries in the time that they're doing it, and then through giving them goal-orientated projects, it's a much better way to work, because when they get to actually see things presented to the wider public and they see it more in a more professional way, they start to understand that how capable they are, and they get to be a part of something much bigger, and they get ownership over that as well.